And welcome in to another episode of Off Script. I am your host, Zak Herbstreit, and it is Monday, February 16th, still in the off season of college football. Not too much to talk about regarding college football, kind of grasping at straws when it comes to topics. Regardless, we have a good show slated today, a lot of good topics. But before we get into it today, if you enjoy the video, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, so I appreciate you guys. But let's get right into it here. Starting off, first topic. Let's talk a little Oklahoma football. Specifically, Oklahoma football I want to talk about here is when looking at this Oklahoma team last year, the main concern to me was this offense. And going into early in the season, week 1, week 2, especially week 2 versus Michigan, Oklahoma, you were thinking, wow, this team's, easily college football playoff team, potential national championship team, you jump to conclusions so fast early on in the season. Then Mateer goes down with the injury. The offense just doesn't look right. They also go into the second half of the season, which is completely riddled with high-caliber SEC teams. So, granted, they're probably not going to play as well. But still, what was the issue with the Oklahoma offense last year? And how do you fix the Oklahoma offense this year? Let's get into it here. And a reminder to those who wanted to forget or have forgot about last season, or just maybe to those that don't agree with me that Oklahoma's offense just wasn't high caliber or top tier last year, we're going to go over some stats real quick. And just a quick PSA for y'all, I'm usually not a stats guy in general. I generally like watching the teams and being like, you know what, they can play. Maybe they're not throwing up all this points and yards per game, but hey, they can play. But in this instance, and watching Oklahoma last year pretty, almost every single week I was watching them, you're like, all right, well, maybe the stats do kind of show what this offense was. But getting into it here, 79th ranked scoring offense, 26.2 points per game, 113th ranked rushing offense, and then 59th ranked passing offense. So a lot of not great statistics I just read off there, especially the 113th ranked rushing offense. The rushing offense was probably the main culprit of this offense, because if you cannot run the ball, you can't do anything else. It makes your team so one-dimensional. So, like we said, what went wrong there? First things first, you could argue the Mateer injury set Oklahoma back. They looked really, really good first couple of weeks. Like I said earlier, they looked really, really good. Mateer slinging the ball around, kind of not even thinking, just playing, throwing the ball downfield, receivers getting open, running the ball relatively well then. You could argue that. Second thing, you could argue the second half of their schedule was brutal, which it was. This is true. This is very true. I mean, they had to go at Alabama. They played Tennessee. They won at Tennessee. A couple of these games, they lost to Texas still. The second half of the season, that's just SEC play, though. You got to be ready for that. You got to be, that first half of the season kind of has to build up to you want to be playing your best ball in the second half of the season. So, my theory in general, thinking about this offense, the inability to run the ball makes teams predictable. It's pretty easy. 3 and outs, which happened majority of the times Oklahoma maintained the ball, 3 and outs, just kills momentum overall for the offense. How can you get something going if you run 3 plays continuously, and punt, and punt, and punt? It's just nothing's going to work there. And you can't really get anything to work there. So, and you don't want to have to rely on your defense either. It's not fair to them. It's just not a good way to play for an entire season. You can have a game or 2 or 3 that where the offense just hey, man, we just didn't have our fastball today. Hey, it just sometimes happens. But when watching this Oklahoma team over the entire season, or second half of the season, I should say, something was wrong. You just could see, dang, no push up front. The run game was not there. And then once the run game's not there, then it puts all the pressure on John Mateer, because he's got to either run it himself, and, God knows he can do that. He's made some incredible plays with his legs. And then he's got to throw the ball. And then once the defense realizes, hey, they're not running the ball, so they got to rely on the pass here, the receivers get covered pretty easily. And overall, the defense, it's not that much of a challenge for the defense at all. But here's what I'll say about this Oklahoma offense here, and I want you guys to bear with me. John Mateer is not the issue here. And I know a lot of fans out there on the message boards, on the YouTube comment sections are saying, like, hey, John Mateer is not our guy. And I read those comments, or at least see those comments. I'm like, okay, whoa. Let's pump the brakes. Like, y'all were spoiled with Baker and Kyler and even with Caleb Williams for a year. Like, let's come back to reality a little bit. Just, like, this kid's still really good. He's probably top 7 SEC quarterback. That's like not a crazy statement, I feel like. But still, like, he gets the job done, especially with his legs. Relatively good with his arm. Towards the end of the season last year, I mean, he kind of was missing receivers downfield, but nonetheless, he's still a good quarterback. He's the guy for y'all easily. And that's without question. The thing he needs is just a supporting cast around him. He needs an offensive line that's stellar, that just wins the line of scrimmage. You didn't have that at all last year. Early in the season, maybe a little bit, but I'm talking longevity throughout the entire season, offensive line that just makes holes for the running back, blocks, pass protection, need that, vital for Oklahoma. And as long as you guys get in field goal range, Tate Sindell's going to knock it through relatively easily. Throughout the season, he was pretty solid. I know that playoff game, he missed a couple, but still, great kicker, in my opinion. And he's going to, like, points add up. That's huge for y'all. But supporting cast, like I said, O-line push, and then running backs, receivers just need to take pressure off Mateer. Having the ability to have a great running back Blaylock's a good back, but I'm talking like most of these teams that are going deep in the playoff, Ohio State last year, Indiana this past year, they have 2 or 3 guys at that position that are like really, really good. So need depth at that position. And then as far as receivers go, I mean, it's Oklahoma. Y'all are always going to have some dudes out there, so I'm not too concerned about that, especially with the addition of Parker Livingstone from Texas. That's huge. That's a huge addition. But in spring, when I'm thinking about Oklahoma and when I see spring and I hear news coming out from them, what do I want to hear is I want to hear being able to run the ball. This Oklahoma team, they're going to be able to run the ball. If I hear that, I'm like, oh, whoa. Okay, hey, this Oklahoma team's going to be legit because not only can they run the ball, they have Mateer to get outside the pocket, scramble a little bit. Oh, he can also throw a little bit. It makes it a little more dangerous. I just need to see an improvement from this Oklahoma offense. But Oklahoma fans, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you guys soon.